Yep. Welcome, Lady Bulldog softball fans, to Wagner Softball Park. We are just now getting underway with the opening announcements and introductions of the teams, and you are just joining us for the national anthem. Not sure if you're able to hear that or not, the playing of our national anthem, but we are just about ready for the opening pitch. This is the final game of a 3-game series. Just yesterday at about this time, Wagner Lady Bulldogs prevailed 6-4 over the Miami Wardogs. And in game 2, the Wardogs were able to even the score with a 3-2 win over the Bulldogs. And that is where we ended yesterday. And here we are 24 hours later, and we are in the final game of the 3-game series. Loser goes home, winner goes to Oklahoma City to Devon Park to play in the state tournament, I believe starting next Thursday. We're hoping you're having a great time wherever you may be, even if it's at work. It's possible to have a great time at work, and we hope that's the case for you today. All the schools that may have logged in, appreciate all the classrooms, Wagner Middle School, Wagner High School, Ellington Elementary, and Teague Elementary, and all the teachers and students that are represented in those classrooms. We hope to keep our internet signal strong throughout. We've got 3 different ways to try to keep connected. Hopefully one of those want to. You just never know about the internet these. So here we are. It looks like the coin toss is won by the Wardogs, so they will be the home team. That's why they are on the field right now. Juliana Hutchins was the first batter, and they have already decided to intentionally walk her, so she is on first. And now, I believe that is Jalen Fourkiller at the plate and looks at a strike on the first pitch. Again, just in case you missed that, as I almost did, Hutchins is usually in the second slot of the rotation. Switch to the first slot, and she's going to try to steal second, and she is in safely at second. The throw was there. The tag was there. Hutchins just able to slide underneath it and get to the bag before the tag. So she steals second as Fourkiller is looking at a 1-1 count. Again, Hutchins usually in the second slot as Fourkiller shows bunt, but then pulled away. So it should be a 2-1 count here with Hutchins on second. That ball low for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike for 4-killer. So Hutchins leads off. They elect to intentionally walk her. She steals second. And now 4-killer is looking at a 3-1 pitch right here. Here's a pop fly. It goes foul. And, first baseman's there to make the catch right at the fence. It looked as though it was going over the fence, but the first baseman was able to keep her eye on it, and right at the outfield or the foul ball fence, she was able to catch it. Hutchins, with the heads-up base running, tags up at second and moves on to third. Here is Maya Renshaw now at the plate with Hutchins on third and 1 out. One ball, no strikes for Renshaw. That pitch on the outside for ball 2. That ball low for ball 3. Renshaw ahead on the count now. 3 balls, no strikes with 1 out. Hutchins awaiting at third. And that catches the outside corner for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Again, if you're just now joining us, this is the third batter for the Wagoner Bulldogs. They are the away team. It's decided by a coin flip. And there's strike 2 on the outside corner. And now we're at a full count for Renshaw. So with the coin flip, the Miami Wardogs are considered the home team. And that's why you see the Bulldogs at the plate to lead this game. Renshaw on the full count pitch. Here's a line drive to second base. There's the throw to first, but Hutchins able to make it home. Renshaw with the sacrifice RBI, and the Wagner Lady Bulldogs are already on the board. Wagner 1, Miami 0, as Griffin steps to the plate with 2 outs. Zoe Griffin takes a swing at the first pitch, and it goes foul for ball 1 or strike 1. Double zero for Miami on the mound, as she was in both games yesterday as well. Here's a line drive to short. Shortstop is there, makes the throw to first, and there is the 3rd out of the inning, but not before Hutchins crosses home plate and puts the Wagner Lady Bulldogs on the board. It's 1-0 as we head in to the bottom of the first. We want to welcome everybody that's logged on. And Coach DJ, we see, is still out in North Carolina, able to log on and watch his niece, Josiah. Austin Thatcher, I'm going to trust you. Apparently, I think we're all Super Sigma here at Wagner Softball Stadium, unless maybe that you're wearing blue. They probably aren't. But Rocky Mitchell, appreciate you logging on. And everyone else that is with us for now, we are looking at, we're already over 100 viewers, 100 different places that are watching Wagner Softball in the Super Regional Finals. Ladies, Bulldogs have a 1-run advantage as the Wardogs step up to the plate for their first at bat. We're in the bottom of the first, and we appreciate the work that Van Shea Ivan with the Oklahoma Secondary Schools Activities Association does during playoff action. As 2024 sees a lot of schools streaming their activities, and he is in charge of that and looks at everything to make sure everything's just given authorization, and we appreciate the work that he does in giving us this opportunity. Here's the first batter, and the pitch is high for ball 1. Number 14 for the Wardogs at the plate. This is the same 14 yesterday that the Bulldogs elected to intentionally walk. There's another high fastball, takes a swing and fouls it away for a 1-1 count. The Wardogs elected to walk Hutchins as they did yesterday. And it looks as though right now Griffin is going to pitch to the Wardog ace hitter. 2 balls, 1 strike. And there is a strike on the inside corner. The even count is 2 for Griffin and the Lady Bulldogs. It's Zoe Griffin, the sophomore pitcher, at the plate. Hutchins. Here's a line drive to third. Renshaw right there makes the throw over to Four-Killer. And that is the first out of the inning. Juliana Hutchins again behind the plate. You just saw Maya Renshaw at third make the play. Wheeled it over to Kinsey Four-Killer at first. And then at second, it's Maya Pierce and Jalen Four-Killer at short. Here's the second batter for Miami. Here's a pop fly into shallow center field. Four-Killer, the elder, is there for the second out of the inning to round out the starting lineup for the Lady Bulldogs. It's Kendra Condit in right field, Adrian Coker in center, and Shari Berry is in left field. And here's the third batter for the Wardogs. Takes a swing and a miss for strike 1. 2 out, nobody on in the bottom of the first. There's a line drive to second base. Pierce is there. Pitch over to Four-Killer, and it's 3 up, 3 down for the Lady Bulldogs. We're at the end of 1. Wagner Bulldogs 1, Miami Wardogs 0. And you might be able to hear the student section just to our right. We've got a good crowd here out beyond the home run fence. And this is Kinsey Four-Killer at the plate to lead off the second inning. And we've got a timeout on the field. And looks like we're going to have the student cheering section back up a little bit. I'm not sure what that motion was, but we're back to the action here. Four-Killer takes a swing and a miss for strike 1. I think maybe they were telling them not to bang on the outside wall. Maybe that's what it was, because they're still standing back here, and I think we're all good now. Four-Killer at the plate. That ball just missed the outside for a 1-1 count. Four-Killer with a swing and a foul ball for 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes for Four-Killer. That one in the dirt, and the count will be even at 2. Pitch misses the outside again for 3 balls. I believe we're at a full count now. Nope, 2-2, sorry. 2-2 for Kinsey Four-Killer. And here's a line drive in left field, and it gets to the wall, And Four Killer rounds first, and she is in a stand-up double. Number 24, Kinsey Four Killer, to lead off this second inning with a double. Now it's number 10, Josiah Pierce, at the plate. Pierce shows bunt. Now pulls back and foul ball for strike one. Wagner Lady Bulldogs 1-0 over the Miami Lady Wardogs. Pierce shows bunt again as Four Killer away to second. This time she goes with it, and it is foul. Fouled away. But I believe, yes, Pierce back at the plate. Behind in the count now, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes for Josiah Pierce. The line drives straight up the middle, and Four Killer goes to third. Pierce with a stand-up single, and the Lady Bulldogs have 2 on base now with number 6, Adrian Coker, standing up at bat. And we're having a little bit of trouble, I'd see, with our signal, and we're trying to get that taken care of. Just be patient. Always try to refresh. And we have a timeout on the field right now. And here we go. It's Coker, and the pitcher for Miami steps off the plate, tries to regroup with the runner on first and third. Pierce still second, and now runners at second and third. Coker takes a look at that one for a ball. And that one in the dirt for another ball. Three balls, no strikes for Coker. And that's a fastball straight down the middle for strike one. Here's a line drive right up the middle to center field. Four Killer rounds, or she was at third, and crosses home for the second run of this second inning. Pierce to third. Coker is on first. And now it is the senior right fielder, Kendra Condon, at the plate. And the Lady Wardogs are having to take a timeout and have a meeting of the minds as the Wagner Bulldogs bats get hot from the very beginning. We're at the top of the second. There's a runner on first, third, no outs as Condit is at the plate. We hope everything is back to normal for you at home. And we are back to the action. And Coker slides into second on the steal safely. She'll stand at second. Pierce stands at third. And Condit at the plate. No outs. Outside corner for the strike. I believe the ump signaled 2-2. And Condit goes down swinging on a third strike. 1 out as Shari Berry steps up to the plate. Berry takes a swing for strike 1. Coach DJ, I see that comment. I'll apologize if we're not able to keep up with all the interaction as we're trying to keep everything steady here. But yes, aggressive base running, it's been good to see. Here's a slow line drive, and that will get through. Is just slow enough to where the shortstop was not able to field it cleanly to make the throw. So Pierce gets home. Coker is at third. And Berry was at first, but we're back up to the top of the lineup, and it's Juliana Hutchins, and they have elected to walk her again for bases loaded. Hutchins is at first. Berry at second. Coker at third. Bases are loaded for Jalen Forkiller, who is at the plate. Wagner Bulldogs 3 now with that last run. Wardogs 0. Swing and a foul ball over the right field fence. Foul ball. Strike 1 for Forkiller, the senior shortstop. High and outside for ball 1. Teresa Potts logging on. See your comments saying, let's go. And right now, the Lady Bulldogs are going. They've got their foot on the pedal right now as that ball comes in low and outside for the second ball. 2 balls, 1 strike for Forkiller with bases loaded and 1 out. Here's a fly ball, shallow infield, and the shortstop is there to make the catch for the second out. Bases still loaded as number 7, Mike Renshaw, the third baseman, is at the plate with 2 outs. Yeah. There's a pop fly into shallow right field, and the second baseman is able to run it down for the third out. Lady Bulldogs leave 3 on the base, but are able to score 1 as we enter the bottom of the second. Down. And we're at the top or the bottom of the second with the War Dog batter looking at the first pitch. Ball one. Here's a line drive into left field, and Barry can't get to it. It goes to the wall, and she will round first to second base as it was coming in hot to left field over Barry's head and to the wall for a stand-up single to lead off this second inning. We did take the scoreboard down in case you're wondering. We're trying to make things as minimal as possible for the internet. And here is a long ball, and that is gone. War Dog batter just went yard, and that is on the board. That's number 24 for the War Dogs, deep into left field. And all of a sudden, it's 3-2. The War Dogs have exploded into this second inning with a double to lead off, and now a home run to pull within one of the Lady Bulldogs. No outs, nobody on, and there's another base hit into left field over the shortstop's head, and the War Dogs bats are heating up. Bulldogs take a timeout at the mound to talk it over. As there's a lot of softball to play today in this super regional final. Winner advances, loser goes home. So there's absolutely a lot at stake here for both teams. And looks like they both brought their A game. There's a line drive into right field. Condit has a little trouble to field it, and the runner is going to stay at second. And the batter is now at first. Nobody out with the runner on first and second. Here's an attempted bunt, and that is caught by the pitcher Griffin for the first out. Runners remain on first and second. Here's an attempted bunt down the first base line that will go foul. No balls, one strike. Here's a bunt right down the middle, and it is successful. Runner gets to first. Runners on first and second advance, and now the bases are loaded. And this looks to be the War Dogs ace hitter at the plate. And there's definitely a decision to be made here with one out and bases loaded. And there's a changeup coming in as a strike for the first pitch. 1 out. Again, with bases loaded. The War Dog ace hitter at the plate. And there is a foul ball up and over. Backstop for strike 2. Griffin ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. That ball high for ball 1. High fastball. Ball 2. Count is 2-2. Another high ball, and the call from the ump is a safe with the check swing. So we're at a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And there is strike 3. The ace hitter for the War Dogs gets sent to the dugout by the ace pitcher for the Bulldogs. Bases are still loaded, but now 2 outs for the Lady Bulldogs. That pitch goes high, gets away from Hutchins, but she's able to chase it down. The runners remain at their bases. One ball, no strikes. Here's a pop fly, and up and over as Hutchins was right at the fence, but it just beyond her into foul territory for strike 1. Bases loaded with 2 outs and a 1-1 count. There's a high fastball for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Changeup. Oh, just missed, as it seemed like everybody froze in silence for the final call, but it is a called ball, so we're 2-2. Here's a swing. There's a fly ball into left field, and it drops. And we got 2 runners. We got 3 runners, and the other runner is also going to score grand slam for the War Dogs. It hung up in the air into left field, but it was, I believe we were playing deep. It came in shallow, and the ball falls to the ground and rolls to the track. And nice base running by the War Dogs to score all 4. Here's a pop fly up and over for foul. And just like that, the War Dogs lead the Bulldogs 6-3. Low and inside for ball 1. Here's another deep ball into left field, and it goes foul almost to the warning track. One ball, 2 strikes now as the Bulldogs try to get out of the second inning. Here's a line drive to Renshaw over to Forkiller, makes the catch, and that is the end of the second inning. Lady Wardogs bats get hot and are able to score, I believe, 5 in that inning, and now lead 6-3. Scored all 6 in the second inning, and now it is 6-3. Hope everything is going well for you at home. You're able to catch this action. Be sure to tell everybody that we are live and we're trying to keep it consistent. As we enter the top of the third inning. And here is Griffin leading off the third inning, and she will get a base hit. Zoe Griffin into shallow right field for the leadoff single. Now it's number 24, Jalen Forkiller. Here's a fly ball into left field, and that is caught by the second baseman as Griffin stays on first with 1 out. Here's Josiah Pierce now at the plate for the Bulldogs. Fastball high and outside, ball 1. And a pop fly in the shallow infield, and the pitcher is having trouble. Or the catcher, that is, had trouble with that fly ball, but Griffin is tagged out at second. She had to wait because it was up in the air. Catcher couldn't haul it in, so Griffin tried to get to second and was thrown out for the second out. Pierce still stays at first. That looks like it's Coker at the plate. Here's a line ball, foul for strike 1. Ball outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count now. 2 out with the runner on first. Changeup catches the outside corner for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes for Coker. Low and outside for ball 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled away as Coker remains alive. Coker chases that one for strike 3. Lady Bulldogs leave 1 on base. As we enter the bottom of the third, the score still remains The Wardogs 6, the Bulldogs 3. Appreciate everyone that's logged on in this super regional final. Wardogs hold on to a 6-3 lead as we enter the bottom of the third. Again, we appreciate everybody logging on and supporting Wagner softball. And again, the OSSAA and Van Shea Ivan for allowing us to stream today's super regional final. Ball one in this leadoff hitter for the Wardogs. Comes in low for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. That ball is fouled away for strike one. There's another foul ball for strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And we got a timeout on the field. And I believe the ump was maybe giving the fans a sideline warning, maybe. Leadoff hitter gets the walk to first base as the ump into replenishment of softballs. No outs for the Lady Wardogs with the runner on first. Here's an attempted bunt, and Hutchins dives to try in foul territory, but it falls to the ground for strike one. No balls, 1 strike. As Griffin catches the outside corner for there. Ahead in the count now, 0-2. High and outside for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Griffin at the mound. Timeout as the batter steps out to get refocused. And now here's the 1-2 pitch. Check swing, fouled away. The count still remains 1-2. Try to catch the outside on a changeup. Gets away from Hutchins as the runner advances to second. And now we've got a timeout on the field as Hutchins and Griffin talk about it at the mound. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And got her swinging and missing for strike 3. One out in the bottom of the third as number 10 steps to the plate for the Wardogs with the runner at second. And we got a lot of discussion going on right now as another timeout on the field. And the plate ump is making some notes or reading some notes. And now we're back to the action here. There's a change up for a strike. Batter thought about it. He hits Hutchins' glove for the strike. No balls, 1 strike. There's one fouled away for the second strike. Griffin ahead now 0-2. Inside corner, just missed for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here's a fly ball into right field, and Pierce cannot hang on, and the runner is around third, and she will score. Pierce was tracking it down, had it at the tip of her glove, and just could not bring it in. It squirts out, and the Wardogs have put another run on the board. 7-3 over the Bulldogs. Stand-up double for number 10 and the RBI. There's a fly ball into deep right field, and it is gone. Home run for the Wardogs. Another 2 runs as Miami, these last 2 innings, have just taken control. The score now 9-3. On that dinner over the right field fence. We're still in the bottom of the third. Bulldogs have 2 outs and looking to get out of this disastrous inning on this batter. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Low and outside for ball 1. The count's even at 1 for Griffin. A check swing, foul ball for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, and looks like the batter is going to change bats. She runs to the dugout, now back into the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and there is the 3rd strike, and the Bulldogs get out of the 3rd inning. I'm sorry, that was only the 2nd out. I was off by 1. So nobody on with 2 outs now. Thought that was the 3rd out. Maybe wishful thinking there as the Wardogs have put up a lot of runs. Here's an attempted bunt, the throw to first, and now that is the 3rd out for the inning. We are headed into the 4th. Wardogs 9-3 over the Bulldogs. It's time to put the rally caps and the rally wigs on, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll be back with you in just a minute. Kendra Condit at the plate to start the top of the fourth. And looks at ball one. Got the rally wig on. I hope at the home you got the rally wigs and hats on. As Condit shows discipline for ball two. As we lead off this fourth inning. Condit looks at that one for strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Takes a swing for strike 2. 2-2 the count for Condit. That ball in the dirt for ball 3. Full count for Condit as she leads off the top of the fourth. And that one, Leave hit her on the elbow. And either way, ball or bean, she gets to first base. And we're going to have a timeout. Make sure that she did take on the elbow. And looks like she's going to shake it off. So here's Shari Berry at the plate. No outs with Condit on first base. Ball outside for ball 1. Inside corner for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. The line drive right back to the pitcher. There's a throw to second and the throw to first for the double play. Nice defense by the Wardogs, turning the double play. And they choose to walk Hutchins again. This will be the 3rd time she takes her free base. And with Hutchins on first and 2 out, it's Jalen Forkler at the plate. That ball low for ball 1. Pitch is low again for ball 2. Catcher and pitcher are going to talk about it. This Forkler is looking at 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch again low for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes for Forkler. Hutchins on first. Strike 2. Inside for strike 2. Sorry, I said strike 2. That was strike 1. It was 3-0 count. Forkler's looked the last 2 pitches in for strikes, and now we're at a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And here's an attempt to steal, and she we got it. Oh, it was the fourth ball for a walk. So Hutchins just trying to make it look a little bit more exciting. She was going to second anyway on the Forkler walk. So it's Renshaw at the plate now with 2 outs. And runners on first and second. Hutchins going into third, slides in safely. Forkler advances to second. Renshaw took the first pitch as a ball, and now the coach looked to walk out on the field, but decides otherwise. Here's Renshaw. Here's a little chopper to second base, and she beats the throw. Hutchins gets to home plate. Four-killer advances to third. The Bulldogs chopping in on that Wardog lead, now 9-4. With runners at first and third, it's Zoe Griffin at the plate. Timeout. Here's a runner going to second, and the catcher looking to throw to second, but making sure Four-killer stays at third, so she keeps it. Runners at second and third now. Griffin with a line drive right back to the pitcher, and that will end the inning as the Lady Bulldogs leave another two runners on base as we enter the bottom of the fourth. And the first pitch of the bottom of the fourth, inside for ball one. And here's a long ball, and that is gone. A leadoff home run in the top of the fourth. I believe that's number 14 for the Wardogs, who the Bulldogs have chosen to intentionally walk several times. Chose not to this time and paid the price. Strike one for the next batter. Wardogs 10, Bulldogs 4. Pitch high for ball two. And that batter is plunked and will take her free base to first. No outs with one on in the bottom of the fourth. Here's a bunt, goes down the first base line, and she is safe as Hutchins couldn't get the ball out of her glove, and the throw was not in time. So runners are at first and third now, and there is a timeout. Here at Wagner Softball Stadium. We're back to the action as batter looks at the first pitch for a strike. Here's a bunt that is foul. So runners will go back to their positions with the batter looking at an 0-2 count. One ball, two strikes. Two and two the count now, with runners on first and third. And now a full count for the Wardog batter. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Here's a fly ball into foul territory, but is up and over the fence, as will still remain a full count. A fly ball in the shallow center field. Four-killer is there. One out now with runners on first and third. Batter pulls back the bunt for ball one. Griffin looking for the outside corner, but didn't get it for ball two. Looking to bunt, pulled away for ball three. And there's the bunt attempt down the first base line, and it goes foul, as Griffin was right there to make sure it was going foul. Runners go back to first and third. And there is strike two for the batter. Three balls, two strikes. And got the outside corner for the strikeout. Griffin living on the edge on that last pitch. And gets the batter looking for the second out. Swing and a miss for the first pitch of the new batter, as the runner advances from first to second on the steal. Two out with runners on second and third now. And here's the 0-1 pitch, high for ball one. Ball almost gets away from Griffin, but Hutchins hauls it in for ball two. Looking for the outside corner and got it for strike two. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That is a ground ball right up the middle. runners score. The next one is a play at a plate, and she is out. Nice throw by Coker to Hutchins at the plate and made the tag. And that should be the third out. One run did score. The next runner rounded third, trying to get to home. And Hutchins able to make the tag before the tag at home. So the Wardogs put up one more run as we enter the top of the fifth now. 11-3, 11-4, Wardogs. We'll be back with you in just a second. Kinsey Four-Killer at the plate. To lead off the top of the fifth. Takes a swing, that line ball to third base, and the throw is made to first for the first out. Josiah Pierce at the plate now as the second batter of this inning. And here's a pop fly into foul territory. And first baseman couldn't chase it down that time. So Pierce will still be at bat as the Bulldog dugout. Here's a pop fly in shallow infield. And the shortstop is there. Bulldog dugout is going to have to get some kind of energy here. It's number 6, Adrian Coker. Right now, the Lady Bulldogs are in disbelief. Looking for the outside corner. Got it. Strike one. That ball gets away from the pitcher and catcher for ball one. One ball, one strike for Coker. There's a line drive to third and got her out, as I think Coker is still hurting a little bit from that throw at home. I don't know if she twisted her ankle or what, but she took a little bit of time getting off the field on that third out. And you could tell with the run to first that she's just not herself right now. As we enter the bottom of the fifth. 11-12. Wardogs 11, Bulldogs 4. As we enter the top of the bottom of the fifth. We'll play 7. So the Lady Bulldogs will have 2 more opportunities to even the score. But we'll have to play defense on the backside of it as well. First ball in the inside corner for a strike. Here's a little blooper to Griffin, over to Four-Killer for the first out. First pitch is high, ball one. Outside corner for strike one. One ball, one strike. One out with nobody on. Inside corner again for strike two. Looking for the outside corner. Didn't get it that time. For two balls now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a pop fly in the foul territory. Count remains 2-2. And there is strike three for Griffin and the Lady Bulldogs. Two outs with nobody on with the first pitch, and it's in the dirt for ball one. Fastball for strike one. Here's a bunt attempt. Hutchins is there, makes the throw to first for the third out. It's been a little bit for the Bulldogs to have 3 up, 3 down, but they did it in this inning. As we go to the top of the 6th, the score still remains the Wardogs 11, Bulldogs 4. Top of the 6th, Kendrick Condit at the plate. Takes a swing at the first pitch, foul ball for strike one. Low for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike for the senior Kendrick Condit. Outside corner for strike two. Fouls that away to stay alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Condit. Nobody on, nobody out. We're at the top of the 6th. Low and outside, ball 2. Change up, just missed. And it's a full count for Condit. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And caught. Oh, the pitcher thought she caught it in the inside corner. The ump did not agree. So Condit takes her free base on the walk. Number 3, Shari Berry at the plate now with Condit on first. And she is beaned on the first pitch, so she will go to first base. Condit advances to second. And we're probably going to see another intentional walk here. As you guessed it, it's Juliana Hutchins at the plate. And they're probably going to load the bases here as Hutchins is at the plate with runners at first and second. Timeout as they talk about it, of what they're going to do. And in the excitement of yesterday, we failed to mention that Goose Hutchins just tied the state record yesterday with that home run. 23, I believe, for the season, and that ties a state record. So it looks to be that they're going to pitch to her this time, or they're just playing mind games as we have another timeout. And there it is. There's the intentional walk. And the student section doesn't like it, but if you're a baseball fan, you'd say it's a pretty smart move. So the bases are loaded now with Jalen Fourkiller at the plate. No outs. That ball is in the dirt, and the runners will stay for ball 1. We hope everything's going well for you at home. Sorry we haven't been able to check in, but we're trying to keep all the equipment cool, and we got it under sheets and all kinds of stuff to block the sun. Fourkiller takes a swing and foul ball for strike 1. Hutchins on first, Berry on second, Condit on third, and it's Fourkiller at the plate, looking at a 1-1 count. There's a line drive down the third base line, and it goes foul. It would have been nice. It would have at least scored 2 and possibly 3 there, but it goes foul. Fourkiller returns to the plate. And now it's a 1-2 count for Fourkiller. That one in the dirt for ball 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. High and outside for ball 3. Full count now for Fourkiller. Bases loaded with no outs. Reaches for that one. High pop fly into right field, and it is caught. Condit tags up at third and goes home. Berry slides in safely at third, beats the throw. Bulldogs trying to climb back in this one, 11-5. With one out, it's Renshaw at the plate. Trying to catch the outside for ball one. Four killer with the sacrifice fly. Score. Here's a line drive to third baseman is there, makes the throw and beats the throw. The first baseman could not haul it in. Barry scores. Hutchins to third base. And it's 11-6 for the Lady Bulldogs, and the Wardogs are going to take a timeout to think about it. The Bulldogs have scored 2 in this bottom of the sixth inning, or top of the sixth, sorry. Zoe Griffin at the plate now with the runner on first and third. Here's a pop fly into foul territory. Strike one. High and outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike for Griffin with 1 out. Renshaw and Hutchins on first and third. Low and outside for ball 2 as Renshaw advances to second. And the 1-2 pitch. Here's a line drive into right field, foul territory. Griffin with a 2-2 pitch right here. There's a line drive to second base. Second base is there, makes the throw to first, but Griffin gets the sacrifice as Hutchins gets across home plate. Now 11-7 for the Lady Bulldogs. 2 outs as Josiah Pierce steps up to the plate. Renshaw is on third. Sorry, Pierce is on deck. It's 4 killer to the plate. Takes a swing for strike one. Swing and a foul ball for strike two. That ball in the dirt for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes for 4 killer. There's a short chopper to third and not able to beat the throw to first, and that is the 3rd out. Bulldogs inch closer with an 11-7 score as we enter the bottom of the sixth. We're back to the action. Top of the sixth. Bulldogs down 11-7. Low for ball one. Here's a line drive to right field. It gets to the ground, and she is rounding second. I'm sorry I missed that first batter, intentional walk, number 14. She was on first, as she rounds second into third after the stand-up double. And the Lady Bulldogs will elect to walk the next batter to fill the bases. No outs with the bases loaded. And the first pitch comes in for a strike. Strike one. And that was strike two on that previous pitch. And Griffin just retires the first out on a swing and a miss for strike three. One out now with bases loaded. Outside corner for strike one. Swing and a miss for strike two. Griffin ahead on the count now, 0-2. Have ball low. Ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Batter chased it for strike three. 2 outs now for the Lady Bulldogs. As Bulldogs for number 10 for the Wardogs steps up to the plate. Bases still loaded, but now 2 outs for the Lady Bulldogs. High and inside for ball one. Change up. Just missed for ball two. No balls, 2 strikes, or it's 2 balls, no strikes, that is. And that pitch comes in as a strike. 2-1 the count now with 2 out and bases loaded. And there is strike 2. 2-2 pitch. Fouled away. The batter remains alive. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Wardogs 11. Bulldogs 7. High for ball 3. It's a full count. And they called strike for strike 3, and Griffin able to climb out of that one as she looked at bases loaded with no outs and able to retire the next 3. As we enter the top of the 7th, the Lady Bulldogs have one more shot to get even and ahead. If you're just now joining us, this is the Super Regional Final, the best of 3 series. Wardogs and Bulldogs split games yesterday, and now the winner of this goes on to state next week. The loser goes home. The coin toss determined the home team, and that's why you see that we're at the top of the 7th, and the Bulldogs are at the plate. So the Wardogs will get the last at bats. So for the Bulldogs, this is their last chance. It's number 10, Josiah Pierce, at the plate to lead off the inning. Pierce takes a swing for strike 1. Swing, strike 2. Pierce behind the count now. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's a line drive to the shortstop, and the throw does not make it. First baseman, it was a low throw. The first baseman couldn't haul it in, so Pierce is safe at first. Poker at the plate now. It looks at ball 1. Ball 2 as the pitcher thought she caught the outside corner. Outside again for ball 3. And that one catches right at the knees for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Fastball, strike 2. Coker looking at the 2-2 pitch. And there's a line drive right to the second base. And a double play as Pierce was looking to run to second. And it was a great play by the second baseman for the Miami Wardogs. Caught the line drive and then threw out Pierce at first. And it all comes down to the senior Kendrick Condit with 2 outs in the last effort for the Bulldogs. Change up low for ball 1. That pitch in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Condit. Takes a swing for strike two. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. This Condit is the only one standing between the Wardogs and a trip to Oklahoma City. There's a short chopper to the pitcher over to first base, and that is the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. And thanks to a second inning explosion by the Wardogs, the Bulldogs just could not overcome it, started to climb back in it, and nice defense by the Wardogs as well late into the game to turn a double play, and then the final out there at first base. Congratulations to the Miami Wardogs as they will continue their journey to Oklahoma City in the state tournament next week. And congratulations to our Wagner Lady Bulldogs. It's been a heck of a season all season long. They provided a lot of excitement. It's been a lot of excitement the last 4 games, or actually 5 games in the last 7 days here. And so we won't keep you long. We appreciate everyone that logged on and was patient with us through the difficulties. And that's going to do it here from Wagner Softball Stadium. One more time for the Wagner Lady Bulldogs, and a great season. And no doubt that they'll be back next year. So that'll do it from Wagner Softball Stadium. For Garrett Haddock, I'm saying this is Jeremy Holmes. Good afternoon, and God bless America.